iPad as well for our desktop users. So this is how we're going to use multi-touch on our Mac products, because this doesn't work. The App Store. The App Store has been huge, as you know. On the iPhone, it's completely revolutionized mobile applications. On the iPad, it's phenomenal as well. Now, how do we know this? Because over 7 billion apps have been downloaded from the App Store. 7 billion. There's never been anything like this that we've seen in our careers. And so we'd like to bring it to the Mac. And as part of Lion, we're going to have a Mac App Store. What are going to be the characteristics of this store? Well, it's going to be the best place to discover apps, just like it is on the iPhone and the iPad. Won't be the only place, but we think it'll be the best place. One-click downloads, free and paid apps, and it's the same deal for the developers. They keep 70% of the revenues. Automatic installation. You won't have to do anything special. The apps will just download and automatically install. And automatic app updates, just like the iPhone and the iPad. So when apps update, you'll be notified. One button, you can update all the apps. And the apps will be licensed for use on all your personal Macs. So we're making it very simple. So that is the Mac App Store. And when you get your apps, you're going to have a single place to put them, which is the Launchpad. Again, home screens for your apps, just like on the iPad. So that's the first three. And the last three we're doing as well, and I think you can imagine those. So there's one other thing we'd like to show you today. We have these 4 cool inventions, or things we do in Mac OS X. Expose, a great way to find your windows and do window management when you have lots of windows open. Dashboard, a great way to get to widgets instantly. Full screen apps, which we've talked about, and spaces if you want to create more than one workspace and move between them rapidly. And this is great, but as we've added full screen apps now, we said, you know, we have 4 of these things. Wouldn't it be great to unify them all? And so we've done that in something we call Mission Control. It's a way to view everything running on your Mac and instantly navigate to anywhere. So what we'd like to do now is, even though we have tons of new features in Lion, we've picked out a few of them, and we'd like to give you a sneak peek today. And to do that, I'd like to ask Craig Federighi, who's our Vice President of Engineering for Mac OS X, to come give us a demo.
All right. Well, thank you, Steve.
Thanks, Craig.
Well, hello. Oh, wow. Thank you. So I'm absolutely thrilled to give you this sneak peek of just a few of the many features coming. And I'd like to start with the App Store. So the App Store, with the App Store, we've taken everything that users love about the App Store for the iPad. I can get to the App Store right here on my dock. See on the featured page, I have access to the new and I see what's hot, staff favorites, great way to track what's going on. Across the top, I also have top. Here I can see the top paid and the top free apps currently on the store. Over here in categories, I get a great place to go if I'm looking for something specific, education apps for the kids. And finally, we have updates. The App Store is tracking all of the apps you've downloaded on your Mac. And when they're available, they're listed right here. And if you want to, you can select one, or with a single click on Update All, you can bring your Mac entirely up to date. Next, I want to show you just how easy it is to purchase and install a new app using the App Store. I'm going to go back to the featured page, and I'd like to install Pages. I don't have Pages on this machine right now. So I'm going to go to the product overview page. You see I get this great description. I get these gorgeous, help me make sure I'm buying the right thing. I get these customer ratings and reviews. It's really helpful to make sure I'm making the right decision. And when I'm ready to purchase, it's just the buy button. You'll see the app icon actually lifts up and flies out of the App Store down to my dock. Now, this is a real App Store app speaking the real protocol and downloading a real copy of Pages to my machine. And you see, installation has never been easier. With just a click, I'm running the application and creating my first Pages document. It's just that easy with the App Store. So that's the Mac app. We think developers and users alike are really going to love it. So next up is the Launchpad. Launchpad is a super convenient way to organize and launch all the apps you have on your Mac. See it right here in my dock. With a click, Launchpad leaps forward in grid of my apps. If I want to launch something, let's say dictionary, it's just a click. And Launchpad fades back, my app fades forward. I can also organize really conveniently here in Launchpad. You see we have iPad-style pages. So with a multi-touch gesture on my mouse or trackpad, I can just flick my way to other applications, for instance, my productivity apps, my games, so forth. Really, really easy. I also can organize my apps within these pages. So if I want to move iTunes, let's say, up here to the top, I do what a Mac user would expect. I click and drag, everything gets out of the way, I let go, and I've reorganized. Really nice. I also can create folders, just like on iOS. So let's say I want to create a productivity folder. I just pick up Keynote, drag it on top of Number, and I have a folder. I can add my new Pages, pick it up, drop it, just like a folder. So that is Launchpad coming in Lion. Next up, full screen apps. We've brought the experience of apps on the iPad to the Mac, and we provided a great new way to work with apps in full screen. I'm going to demonstrate by opening a PDF. So here we have Preview open with a PDF. Looks nice. But now, because in Lion full screen is integrated, I can click on a standard control, sweeps open into a gorgeous full screen view, facing Pages view. When I'm in here, I then can use gestures to move between the pages of the PDF. Really convenient. But what's really great about full screen in Lion is that I don't have to leave full screen if I want to go work on something else. I can do a simple multi-touch gesture on my mouse or trackpad, and I'm right back at my desktop. And when I want to get back to that full screen app, I just gesture back. Let's take another app full screen, in this case, iPhoto. Now, Phil demonstrated earlier that iPhoto has this fantastic full screen experience. I can now get to it with a standard control. I'm now in full screen iPhoto. And this is how I'll probably want to work in this app all the time. But if I want to get back to my preview document, I just flick. Want to get back to my desktop? Same thing. And we've even made Dashboard accessible in the same way. So flick to the left of my desktop, and I have access to all of my widgets. Super simple. Now, of course, as a Mac user, I also love working with Windows. So I'm going to bring, and I mean Windows, not Windows. I'm going to open up some windows. We have App Store here. I'm going to open up the App Store, Safari, iCal, iTunes, and let's say a Pages document here. So I can, of course, flick between these different experiences here. Convenient. But we've made it even better. What we've done is unified Windows, full screen apps, Dashboard, and even Spaces into a single place, a place where you can get at anything on your Mac from wherever you are. And we call that place